Heyo, what's good everybody? I hope you had a super awesome weekend and I hope the week is not going to be too tough on you. Welcome back to another Ever Crisis video, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not feeling super great today. So this video is just going to be a quick little one take. No edits, no slides, anything like that. Just in-game, like most people do. And yeah, it's just going to be a quick small little video that you may or may not find useful. I'm going to assume that most people have already sort of worked on the Highwind collection, but for newer players or someone who hasn't gotten around there yet, maybe this could be helpful to someone. So yeah, I assume, as I said, most people are gonna already know this or have already done it. So it's obviously not for everyone, but hopefully it'll help someone. Basically, I'm not looking at everything today. As I said, small quick video. I'm looking at the Magic Orb and the Power Orb, which once maxed out give you 6% boost magic attack and boost physical attack respectively. And now these things are like passives basically. It gives it to all of your characters all of the time. So it doesn't matter what fight you're doing, what characters you're bringing, what weapons you're bringing. Once you have these maxed out, you always have an extra boost 6% magic and boost 6% physical. So the way to max these out is the Magic Orb. Well, you'll just max it out over time. It is every character's total damage. Once every character has done 500k total damage, as you can see, then you can fully max this thing out and get the 6% magic attack. So this you can easily do over time, but you can also rush it by doing something like what I do with the Power Orb. So the Power Orb is pretty similar, but this time it's every character's one hit max damage. So instead of their total damage that accumulates over time, you just have to do 150k with one hit with a character. That can be a really strong weapon, or it can be a limit break, and it can even be a summon, which is the trick here, is that even though it says that needs to be that character's one hit max damage, as long as that character is the one using the summon, then the summon's damage actually counts towards this. And so that's why it's pretty easy to reach 150k. You can just farm this by bringing each character one by one, Cloud, then Barret, then Tifa, then Aerith, then Red, blah 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 blah, to max this out pretty easily and get that extra little jump in boost physical attack. So the way that I do it is pretty simple. I use the Shiva trial, and I use very hard. So this also depends on your power level in the game, whether you're a newer player, veteran, a whale, whatever. Basically, if you're someone like me who spends a little here and there and who has been playing since day one, mainly, then you don't want to bring the best team possible for this, because then you're just going to, probably have a good chance of wiping Shiva out before you've even gotten your summon off. Basically, what you want to do is bring your character that you want to get the achievement with, or the 150,000 max hit one hit damage. I'm using Matk as an example because other characters are more simple examples. Like Cloud, you can bring Sky Splitter, and Matk doesn't have any fire weapons, so just bring your best, whatever you can with Matk, whatever your best offensive weapons are, whether that's magic damage with I don't know, something like Core Defender, or if it's physical damage with something like Broadsword Axis, Killer Hornet, whatever. So for me it's Killer Hornet, and then I like to bring, even though Broadsword Axis would be better physical, I like to bring Bramblespine so that he can raise his own physical attack. And that's pretty much my setup with him. If you want to bring Circle Sigils just in case, you shouldn't need them, but if she does get double cast off, if something goes wrong, then Circle Sigils will be useful. You can also bring Healing Listeners for, I believe it's Patk, to help out with that. And then because he doesn't have a fire weapon of his own, bring a Fire Materia to help complete her gauge, which is important. And then of course, the most important thing is Ifrit and sub-equipment for fire potency. So just bring your best sub-equipment for fire potency. It doesn't have to be super high. For this example, Matk has boost physical attack 7 and fire potency 4. So I could probably get it higher than 4. I just picked random fire weapons, but 4 is fine, that's enough. Another reason why I'm not just picking the best stuff is to show that it's quite easily doable with whatever you choose. As long as your character that you want to do the damage has fruit, has fire materia, and has fire sub-equipment. Then your supporting cast, you want to bring a healer, but because I'm using Matk, this time my healer is going to be Aerith. AoE heals are preferable, but you can bring any healer, any type of healing you want, as long as they can keep you alive in the fight. That's all that really matters. Circle Sigil in case you do get to double cast. Fire materia is important to deplete the gauge, and healing is enough for, I have Fog here, but I believe it's fatigue. Can't be 100% sure, but fatigue. And then sub-equipment for them can be whatever you need to. Heals, to heal more, HP, just so that you don't have to worry about surviving to the point where you can summon. And then lastly, you want to bring some kind of support. So any supporter will do. For this example, I'm using Matk as a physical DPS. So bringing something that can raise his physical attack or lower the enemy's physical defense, for example, could be pretty useful. She's not immune to debuffs, so you can lower her physical defense, her magic defense, or her fire resistance, and you can raise your own allies, physical damage, physical attack, magic attack. Just bring whatever you can basically to make your life a bit easier, to do the maximum damage you can with your summon. So in my case, I have Bramblespine to raise his physical attack, and my supporting character this time is Yuffie with the boomerang, so I can lower Shiva's fire resistance, allowing me to do even more fire damage, and Arctic Star this time to lower physical and raise physical attack of Matk, just so that he can get damage. I even have this Clear Tranquil to give myself even more buffs. For sub-equipment, I literally just grab HP stuff. I didn't even look at the other R abilities, so I've got a mix of like fire, water, physical ability, whatever. I just wanted enough HP so I don't have to worry. And then, of course, fire materia and circle as a in case. It's basically as simple as that. If you're bringing someone as a magic DPS, like you were doing Aerith in this spot instead, then you could just bring something that raises magic attack. And just do it that way. Basically, you want your character that you want to get the levels with to have some kind of fire materia or weapon, and then fire sub-weapons and Ifrit. And then a healer just to make things easier, and a supporter that can either lower the enemy's defenses or raise your character that you're trying to get score with, raise their stats, physical, magical, whatever they are. Cool. Then you go into the Shiva fight. And it's pretty simple. Use the first few waves to charge your summon as much as possible. Then when Shiva comes out, use that time to buff yourself and deplete her gauge. And the reason why I use Shiva for this, that makes it a lot easier than most other fights, is because when you deplete her gauge, she gets that chill thing where she debuffs her own magic attack, and that helps you do a lot more damage. So that's why Shiva is just the easiest and most convenient thing for this. So don't forget to stay topped up and to just charge your summon as fast as possible. Alright, now Shiva comes out. So as I mentioned, use this time to, buff yourself, make sure your summon is ready, and deplete her gauge. So right now my stuff's ready. I'm making sure she's debuffed enough, and make sure you do enough fire damage before she goes into her next phase. Here we go, she's debuffed. Buff myself real quick, and then use all my limit breaks. And with her self debuff from Chill, it should be enough to easily reach that 150k max one hit damage. There we go, 175. And that's Matk completely done for that quest. And you can just finish her off and then rinse and repeat with all of the other characters. So, Yeah, most people have probably already maxed out their Power Orb, but if you're looking to max your Power Orb out pretty easily, this is the best way that I can recommend you do it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one.